at Hastings, New Zealand yesterday, we saw the running of the time-honoured Stoney Bridge Stakes Group 1 level at Weight for Age, where Miss Princess Coup came back with a sensational win from Mondesure and Fritzy Boy. So, in my opinion, look, she was outstanding. They did go very hard in front, very fast for a Weight for Age race, as a matter of fact, and she came from near last and finished off with amazing sectionals, and she overpowered and won comfortably. Now, that was over a mile, probably a little bit short of her best. She did win an Oaks as a 3-year-old filly, and she has shown in Australia that she's certainly competitive at Group 1 level. So, I think, you know, coming across from New Zealand with form like that will certainly add to our spring, the depth to our spring races in Melbourne. And I thought also that the run of Nom de Jeu to finish second, he was a Derby winner in the autumn in Sydney. So again, I think it just adds more depth to our racing in the spring.
Hang on a minute, adds more depth. A moment ago you were declaring her the Caulfield Cup winner.
Who's that?
Princess Coup.
Oh, no, I don't know about declaring. I said she
adds
could,
more depth.
She
That's
could,
more like
what
it.
What that is, isn't it? That's
yeah,
more depth.
I agree with that. But before you were declaring her the Caulfield Cup winner.
Well, you asked me what she could win here in Australia.
I think produce the Green Mankini again. If she doesn't win the Caulfield Cup.
The fluorescent or matte?
Fluorescent.
Okay, but look, look, I do believe she adds a lot more depth to our racing in Melbourne during the spring, and she could be a Caulfield Cup horse. Certainly, I see no reason why she couldn't.
It could be a fall in the race.
Yeah, look, there could be a scratching if she'll get a start.
Well, you guys were declaring last week. Wait. Last week, you guys both were on our Tuesday Joy bandwagon, saying that she could be a Cups horse, right?
We're still on it.
Yeah, okay. Now, therefore, Princess Coup's run second to her in the BMW, given her like 6 or 8 lengths starting to straight and being beaten length. So if you're going on a Tuesday Joy form line, Princess Coup has to be in the mix.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not with you on that one, Arvo. She
standalone. I have broad shoulders, fellas.
Yeah, you need it. But look, Princess Coup for mine will be just you know, adding to the depth, as Arvo first said. Just filling a barrier. Her races, what's going to suit her is the Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup and Melbourne Cup, and she won't be winning any of those. As good a horse as she is, all due respect to the owners. I'd love to own it. I'd love to own it. Fantastic horse.
You realise the trainer's name's Walker, not the horse's name.
Yeah. No, she's no Walker. She's a great. You know, what a good run behind Sermione in the Australian Cup, but that was Sermione, and she did.
Well, Sermione did win the Australian Cup, and
in that race.
Best horse in Australia at 2,000 metres at Flemington is Sermione.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
And 2,000 metres.
Did he not also win the McKinnon in the spring?
Yeah,
impressive style. There you go.
He loves it.
Yeah, so, I think she has her place. It'll be great, as he said. No, we're asking for more depth, and it's great that horses like her come across from New Zealand to add that depth. But I couldn't give anyone any confidence in following her.
How about Nom de Jeu?
I know Subin's a big rap on Nom de Jeu. I think if you rap on him, you have to be a rap on Selaguer. But
there's actually a bit of controversy about Nom de Jeu at the moment. There was a positive swab recorded.
You may have that race taken off him.
Yeah, there was him and a stablemate, the good sprinter, the one sprint race name fails me, but yeah.
Maybe it was just mouthwash.
Oh, it could be. If it was, then he'd be right. But look, the horse raced well again yesterday. He does stay the trip. I don't know. It's just, I think, like Matt, I just tend to think that these horses will more or less make up the numbers come Cups Day. Princess Coup, I think if she was going to win one of those good races, she probably would have done it last year, because it's hard to imagine that
she's still only 5. She's only 5-year-old.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard to imagine that she's a superior horse this year than she was last year.
When you consider she was a 3-year-old Group 1.
Yeah, I think that she's there, and she's going to make up the numbers. She'll be there on race day. But
it's going to take someone from New Zealand to be weekend hustler in the Cox Plate this year. So
no, Samantha Miss, mate. It's going to take her.
Someone to come out of retirement and be weekend hustler.